Okay, so I'm back. This will be for chapter 17, part 1 of the Golden Route. So let's see the character stories first. Okay. Anna asks if Milo is raising poisonous plants, but the dancer insists that some plants have more than one use. Okay, two assassins talking to each other.
Oh, just look how you've grown. To think you'd produce such a bounty. And you've flourished as well. I'm so proud of you, my lovelies.
Quite the passionate one, aren't you?
Don't sneak up behind people like that. Hasn't anyone told you it's rude?
Apologies. I was just curious. What are you doing here?
If you must know, I'm harvesting herbs. I thought I might make them into medicine for the injured.
That would be helpful. Lord Serenoa will be pleased as well.
And I am oh so happy to please. I am quite taken with powerful people. People like Lord Serenoa. You'll tell him I'm doing my best to be useful to him, won't you?
Wait. That plant. It induces paralysis, does it not?
Quite knowledgeable you are. Did you know it can also be used for pain relief?
The same plant can be both a poison and a medicine?
Yes, depending on how it's used. And yet, people still try to force plants into one category or another. Good and therefore valuable, or bad and therefore detested. Foolish, don't you think? These little ones are neither good nor bad. They just are.
You treat them as if they were your children.
Perhaps it seems strange to care for a plant, which is no more than a tool for making medicines or poisons, but...
And it cuts there? No. Okay.
Minister Idor, about that experiment. I think we are on the verge of discovering how to better stabilize the subject.
Okay. One of the 87, she's the one of superior intellect, was appointed overseer of the Ministry of Medicine.
Wait. We are not alone. Show yourself!
One of the 87 and the only one permitted to hear the voice of the Hierophant. Okay.
Milo, why do you eavesdrop on us?
Don't be upset. As your spy, I thought it behooved me to keep abreast of important information.
Okay, so she's still an envoy to the 77 as of this moment. A dancer appears almost out of thin air to do the 77's bidding. She serves as their spy and can easily hold her own in a fight.
Unnecessary. You need only do as I instruct.
But that would make me no better than a tool.
Does that displease you? Worry not. I take good care of my tools, so long as they serve me well. But should they act out of line, they will be disposed of.
Oh.
Even tools have feelings.
What was that?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. Anyway, I'm certain my herbs will benefit House Wolford. Please pass on my warmest regards to Lord Serenoa.
Okay, so she just want to be a human after all. Okay. Anna witnesses Milo doing something unusual in secret.
I thought I told you not to sneak up behind me like that.
It's been some time since a bird came from Hyzand, hasn't it?
So you were spying on me. Did Wolfort order this?
No. Lord Serenoa is not the type to have his people surveilled. But as his retainer, I would be remiss not to keep an eye out for those who might intend him harm.
I suppose there's no fooling you. Yes, I am Hyzand's spy. Do what you will with me. I fear neither torture nor execution.
We would gain nothing by doing either. A plant may be poisonous or medicinal after all. Depending on how we use you, you could still serve House Wolfort.
I am a human being. Do not liken me to a mere object.
Even tools have feelings. You said it yourself, no?
Oh, so she heard it.
So you did hear me.
You should understand this by now, Milo. Lord Serenoa would never use you, or any of us, as mere tools.
Indeed, he is too trusting. He would be easy to poison had I a mind to do so.
Grant peaceful sleep to the wounded beast. What is the meaning of this?
Should House Wolfort rise in opposition to Hyzant, Serenoa is to be killed.
Oh.
It's a coded message. I only just received it. My master sees me as nothing but a tool. Now that my identity has been found out, my life is as good as forfeit. My master disposes of tools once they are no longer useful to him, you see. But he cannot dispose of me if I dispose of him first.
Then you will aid us.
No, I will use you. I may be a tool, but I have my pride. I came here seeking power that I might protect myself. To avoid being disposed of, I needed to align myself with a strong house.
You're a tough one, aren't you?
As tough as a weed, and poisonous too.
Yeah, she's really an opportunist, but knowing her backstory, I think her life made her just like that. Okay. Though the Crown City has been freed from Esfrost's clutches, the citizens continue to denounce Norzelia. Of course, if they don't like Roland, they still don't like you as well.
At last, Glenbrook is ours once more. We could not have done this without you, Huette. I cannot thank you enough for all you've done in service of the crown.
I can take no credit. 'Twas all the efforts of Prince Roland and Lord Serenoa. And of course, your loyal subjects who have no doubt longed for your return.
Have they indeed? Can you hear them, Huette? My beloved loyal subjects speak.
Okay, so she's still a princess of Glenbrook. Former queen of Glenbrook who abdicated the throne after her older brother's return. She swears to do all she can to bring peace to Norzelia.
Show yourself, Cordelia! You traitor! Foul puppet of a princess!
Wow.
Damned witch! Lord Landroy's blood is on your hands!
That bastard Roland was alive. Why didn't he show his face sooner?
Lord Landroy gave his life for the crown, and you repay him with treachery and cowardice?
It seems they would just as soon have my head. And Roland's, for that matter.
What in the name of... I'll disperse them at once.
I cannot stop you, but you should know they speak truth.
During this frosty occupation,
Well, have you made up your mind?
You ask as if I ever had a choice.
okay, this time she's Queen of Glenbrook, a young queen who sits upon the throne of Glenbrook at Gustavo's behest. She's prepared to do what she must to protect the royal line as its sole survivor.
How perceptive of you. Perhaps our little talk will not take so much time after all. I want you to declare to your people that the former kingdom of Glenbrook is now under Esfrosti rule. They must hear it from you if they are to accept this new reality. If, however, you refuse, well, who can say what will become of us? House Fawkes, loyal as they are to the crown, might erupt into open revolt. They are a fearsome lot, indeed. They would rain hellfire upon the castle. No doubt you can imagine what this would entail.
Had I refused to go through with the Archduke's plot, our kingdom would have been drowned in an ocean of blood.
I understand your pain, Your Highness. I know how hard you fought to survive. It is clear that the people, however, do not. They only see a pawn, a puppet, a traitor. This pains me.
I cannot deny their words. But I cannot allow this chasm between the people and the royal family to deepen any further. 'Tis a new era for Glenbrook, but our optimism must not blind us to the fissures beneath our feet. Else in time they will swallow us whole. I would heal these wounds properly, though I'm not sure I know how.
People don't like you so hard to change their opinions. Okay, the people continue to condemn Cordelia, calling her the puppet princess, but she refuses to suffer in silence. Okay, so now she has the voice to turn it over.
Princess Cordelia, are you here without so much as a single bodyguard?
Yes. Today I have come to speak with my people. Tell me true what troubles you.
Oh my... Is that truly Cordelia? What's that ass-frosty pawn of a princess doing here?
How dare you besmirch Her Highness's good name! Say that again and you'll...
Let them speak their minds, Huet. I'm here to provide, not to punish. Tell me what you need, plainly and honestly.
Might you spare some porridge? My poor child lies sick abed, hungry.
We have food enough for all. I shall send you some out at once, and a healer to you as well. Fear not. Your child should be back on her feet in due course.
Oh, thank you, Your Highness.
All the rumors said she was a traitorous puppet. Yet here she is, being kind and reasonable.
She's always been a champion of the people.
Your Highness, we beg you forgive us our slander.
They're no longer quite so restless.
During the Esfrosti occupation, I was sealed away inside the castle. I was but an ornament, perched on the castle balcony, unable to speak to you as I do now. It is no wonder you believed as you do. No one stood before you to tell you the truth.
Halt! Not one step closer!
Esfrost may have been driven off, but now you've sold us to the traitorous House Wolfforts!
Aye! Lord Landroy's blood stains your hands!
Our homes burned to the ground in the fighting. We'll take your head before you damn food!
Refugees from the Falk's domain.
I accept full responsibility. You have every right to hate me as you do.
What could she possibly owe you lot?
Take it up with Esfrost. They're the ones who invaded our kingdom in the first place.
The princess has fulfilled her duty. Alone, no less, with King Regna and Prince Franny gone.
She put the lives of her subjects above all else.
I'll not stand for anyone speaking ill of Her Highness. Not after she's pledged to save my child.
Everyone, please! Brave souls of House Falks, pray hear my words. I understand that you see not in me, but the enemy of your beloved Lord Landroy. I make no excuses for myself. Your lord loved this kingdom as much as anyone. Please understand that I love it too. Each and every one of us trod a path paved with pain and sorrow to arrive here today. But we must keep our eyes fixed upon a shared horizon, tempting though it may be to gaze upon the cracks in the path that divide us. I ask only that you keep your heads held high, and join me in striving to rebuild Glenbrook to be stronger than ever before. I swear to you that I will give all of myself in service to this kingdom. I will show this with my every action, for I know that my words hold little purchase with you now. Should you feel that I have wronged you in you, or lied to you once more, at that time you may have my head.
Your Highness!
Sounds like you mean it. If you'd go that far, I reckon I can give you one last chance. But mark my words, my blade shall claim you, if you renege on what you've said today.
May it be so.
Most impressive, Your Highness. It would seem your words truly did reach the people's hearts. I can only hope this begins to heal the rift between the people and the royal family.
Even if it means speaking to every last one of my subjects in person, I shall see it done.
Okay, so this is the redeemed part of her story. Okay, once again, House Wolford stands before three diverging paths. The time has come to lay their convictions bare before the scales and make their greatest decision yet. Okay, the story is approaching a turning point. It is recommended that you save your current progress. Okay, just save. And continue.
You are certain Hyzan's army marches for the Grand Norzelian mines?
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals. which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Roselle not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Roselle, is that a small price to you?
It is.
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears. I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Roselle in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Roselle would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence! I have heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. I would ask for some time to think on the matter.
Okay.
I understand each of you keenly, my friends. You have not arrived at these decisions lightly, and I do not doubt your convictions. Yet choosing any of the options before me risks creating a schism among the others. I cannot afford to lose any of you, not after how far we've come. Which leaves me only one option.
Okay, this guess will guide us. There must be another way. Okay, there must be another way.
Nay, I mustn't give in so readily. There must be another way. One that will bind us together, not tear us asunder. Now then, to find it. Certainties first. We cannot afford to relinquish control of the salt crystals to any one nation. Salt necessarily belongs to the people, and on that point I shall not waver. There must be a way to bring about the lasting peace Roland desires without the need for Hyzant's warped teachings. Hyzant moves to take the Grand Norzelian mines as I contemplate this. It must be stopped. They will no doubt make an ostentatious show of power in an attempt to intimidate us. What's worse, they'll soon be at our door, and we'll not defeat them with our army alone. Surely there's a way we can hold them off.
Starve them out in a war of attrition. Greet them with the Wolford Domain's wildfire. Wash them away with water from Norzelia River. Okay. Starve them out in a war of attrition. I don't think so. I think we can do this.
The wildfire, of course! We'll draw them into the village and set the vast majority of their forces alight. The Hierophant will never relent, however. Hyzant will bear down on us with the full force of their army. We've no chance of winning a protracted war. Hyzant must fall, and quickly. We need Esfrost. We need the Death Snell. 'Tis the only way we'll pierce the goddess's shield. I hardly relish the thought of asking Gustadolf to come to our aid. He'll no doubt demand the salt crystals in return. Who might help us get our hands on that weapon?
Okay, so this is Asfrost. Mr. Lila of the Ministry of Medicine, perhaps? Of course not. She's in Hyzant. We have no choice but to bend the knee to Gustav. I don't think so. My third Svarog be the key? Of course.
Lord Svarog, yes! He swore to fight alongside us. It's time he made good on his word. We share a common enemy in Gustadolf. He'll be a boon! There is still the matter of how we invade Hyzant and incite the Roselle to rebel.
Okay, we can expose the truth hidden within the goddess's statue. Perhaps we could press our case with the people of Hyzant. No, people of Hyzant are actually blinded. If we can gain entry to the palace, we can assassinate the Hierophant. Even if we do that, people will not be with us. So I think this one.
Yes! We'll blast away the statue and reveal Hyzant's lies for all to see. If the Rosellan legends are true, an enormous pillar of salt rests within the goddess's statue. Revealing that will prove that the Roselle spoke truth all these years. Goddess and Hierophant alike will lose all claim to authority, leaving them open to a revolt from a united Roselle. And now we have the means to make the explosives that will bring Hyzant to its knees. Just one problem remains. How will we manage to pass through the goddess's shield? No banner could pass into Hyzant without arousing suspicion. Unless...
They're of Travis's crew? No. They're of the consortium? Maybe. They're of Roselle. If you do that... maybe this.
Unless... guess they've no banner at all. The consortium, of course. One glimpse of the salt crystals ought to bring Claris to the table. So long as I play to his self-interest, the rest will follow. I have it. I've found a way to give everyone what they want most in one fell swoop. The salt crystals will belong to all, and not just a privileged few. The people of Norzelia will finally be lords and ladies of their own making, masters of their own destinies. Benedict's fervent desire to protect the domain's integrity, Roland's yearning for equity, Frederica's resolve to free her people. I hear you all, my friends. You're not alone. Nor are the countless others who look to me at this late hour. If ever there were a time to heed my father's last words, it is now. I must forge my own path and lead my people. The scales cannot save us this time. The words of my closest confidants have revealed a way forward that the scales never could. All that remains is to convince them to follow me down the path I have made. As Lord of House Wolford, I solemnly swear an oath by which all future lords shall be bound.
Nice.
I will never turn my back on the promise of a better world.
If creates compassion. Whoa. Okay, so we were able to trigger the golden route. So that's for this, and see you the next one. Bye.